Greetings everyone, my name is Napoleon Complex and welcome back to the powder keg that is Europe. The frontier is a mess. We are suffering from Sicilian invasions by land and sea. France is one bad day away from exploding in our faces, and we are now at war with pretty much the entire planet. Welcome to Total War, everyone, and we're just going to jump straight into this. Right. No messing around, we're going straight into the battle. If you hear a beep every so often, that's me keeping track of time. Serve against 4 units of General's Bodyguard here. My mostly infantry force may struggle with that. I will need to use the archers judiciously. Thankfully, they are good quality infantry. They have a good commander, and 1 unit has high valor. So hopefully they can keep the Sicilian knights at bay. Right. Well, the threat here is obvious. At least keep the general back. Don't know why my troops consider themselves to have no retreat. The enemy archers are a problem. I might need to send forward my heavily armoured desert archers in loose formation to start a firefight, but I want 1 unit of my archers behind to rain fire on the enemy cavalry when they charge, and they will charge. Okay, they're advancing on us. Get close to our lines. Spread out. The closer we are to the lines, the longer we can wait before we have to run behind them. 1 Gulen bodyguard isn't going to do much. That's our garrison from the castle. Our tripwire force, he was really just there so someone could run into the castle and lock the gate. How he held it for a year on his own is unknown, but maybe the Sicilians invaded at the very end of the last quarter. Oh no, you don't. You're not getting out of this. You're not getting out of the front of this engagement now. Come out and fight. Not you. Okay, the archers are about to die horribly. Not a whole lot I can do about that. I'm busy trying to beat down the knights who are attacking us here. Good. Right. Focus on the next cavalry unit. Keep the Gulams back. I don't want to arbitrarily lose them. You guys into tight formation and keep pace with the infantry. We don't want to lose you now. You've done good work for us. You guys need to get into their backs. You guys have finished up, so get over here and help. Oh, the Royal Knights have wavered. Shoot them down. Turn and shoot. They don't have the numbers for this. We're winning. We're taking terrible casualties, but we are winning. Now that's a strong unit, so we need to surround it. Oh no, you don't. Don't obstruct the archers' fire. Shoot them down. Shoot them all down. Ah! They caught us. Unfortunate. Well, our archers get to die heroes. Or they would have if they hadn't run away. Well, they still died. They fought until there were only 20 men remaining against knights. I think that qualifies as heroic for peasant archers. Okay, we are going to stop just standing there and taking fire. I'll send in the ghouls. Not going to send my general though. The ghouls should be big and ugly enough to take it. Oh, like this. The whole formation running away from this one man on horseback. Though they're possibly more worried about the 85 heavily armoured swordsmen coming up behind. Hopefully they'll get to them in time to help. Look at those carved swords. And we're just crashing through the archers. Well, they can run, but the knight will slowly peck away at them. Meanwhile, our infantry struggled to kill one man on horseback.
The enemy monarch is dead and is now in time.
I think that's a wrap. Hopefully we just killed the entire Sicilian royal family, though I doubt it. Well, this is a fairly dramatic pursuit. Come on. Chase them off the field. How large is this battlefield? Our cavalry are exhausted, so that's why they're not pursuing very well. Yeah, they're not getting the soldiers back. Is Genoa back in our hands? Yes! We won the sea battle. That was critical. Oh, this is going to be a long... Oh no, rebellion in France and Normandy. Uh-oh. I'm worried that just the presence of these rebels could see the French re-emerge. And if they re-emerge, then that's really, really terrible news. Well, the unrest is worse than I thought. Because the Sicilians have moved more ships into position. They're trying to choke us, trying to create enough unrest that our empire eventually falls apart. It's a good strategy given the circumstances. They just have to hold on for long enough and my empire will implode on its own because I have no means of controlling all of this unrest. See, we're facing some Arab infantry and some peasants here. I need more reinforcements to deal with that. Send some archers from Anjou as well. What about over here? A catapult and some Murabitan infantry. That should be manageable. But I think we only have token forces there. Yeah, we need more than the army militia. present to help there. But even Flanders is in unrest, and it's normally one of my more reliable provinces. And it gets worse the farther you go into Germany. I might need to pull back from Brandenburg so that I have the order to I have the troops to maintain order in my other provinces. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull back. Trying to stay in Brandenburg was a foolish move. We'll have to fall back from that. And now I can start using these units to restore order elsewhere. Well, we can send some troops from Friesland to try and restore order to Flanders. And then Friesland needs 3 units of troops to keep order. So I'll move them in from Franconia. Lorraine also needs some troops. I'll just move a token force in to help. So where's a small unit? There we go. And that's Lorraine restored to order. And Friesland almost restored to order. Champagne's in trouble. We can handle that, that's fine. And there's not much I can do about the south. At least we're building a strong navy in the Adriatic. Okay, we need to focus on recruitment. Anywhere we can recruit troops right now is a must. Even if they're not particularly high quality troops, even though they're just Murabitans and urban militia, we need more troops present to try and control the unrest. Now that's going to be expensive, but it's worth doing, I think, to try and keep things under control. Just anywhere we can muster some extra men. It's not great filling the ranks with garbage, but mercenaries, they could help at the moment. They're expensive to maintain though. That's not a long-term strategy. I can't make that work. We'll just end up bankrupting ourselves, relying on mercs. At least we can recruit something of use in Friesland. Surprised at this rebellion in Navarre. Right, we mustn't let them win that rebellion. That's critical. Alright. Surprised that again, the game lies to you when you boot it up and makes the unrest seem less severe than it is. I missed the trick there by not keeping the taxes low. Because of course if you know the game is lying to you, then don't believe the lie. Take adequate precautions to keep your lands in order. Bavaria needs help. Is that enough? We'll really just bring forces from Bavaria down south so that we can move, because that restores order in Bavaria. We can now, that gives us a knock-on effect. We can now shuffle troops down further south. So where's... Okay, that allows us to restore order to Tyrolia. And that hopefully gives me enough troops that I can restore order to Switzerland. So that just leaves unrest in Spain, Italy. There were some fairly bloody wars fought to make sure that Italy didn't become part of Spain. Okay, and actually, that at least allows me to move troops closer to the theatre, so that are affected. I'm really surprised Navarre got so badly affected, given how close that is to my realm. We have a rebellion even in Portugal. Oh, come on, that was not reflected in the public order at all. Public order was advertised as fine in Portugal, to the point where I actually moved units out. Right, we'll move back to contain it. As my garrison isn't actually really up to fighting those urban militia. So I'll move probably some javelins and some units there. And I'll also send my general. We only need to hold this together until the Sicilians are gone. There was another rebellion over here in Tripoli, and this one's a major one. Once again, the UI lied through its teeth to me there. I wish I knew what caused that bug, what mechanically in the game was causing it. Because it's an interesting one. Why, and it seems like an odd thing to leave in the game. Why does booting up the game cause the game to underestimate how much unrest is in one of your provinces? I'm double checking everything here because, of course, it could be bad elsewhere as well. Focus on public order buildings here. And we can move some troops up from Arabia to restore order. So that's Syria in order. Tripoli's in order. And if we just shuffle some troops over, we can get Odessa under control as well. So no expansion yet, but at least we're holding on to what we've got already. Keep shuffling troops through. Right, that'll have to do for now. I'll deal with that another time. And expenditure. We're not making that much money. Probably best just to keep our treasury full at the moment and focus. Well, if we had to focus on public order buildings in Germany. We've already got a mosque. Nothing else really to build here. I don't think taverns actually give any extra public order. Brandenburg's been abandoned. We can build a town watch in Venice. Okay, let's just see what happens. Okay, this should be an easy fight. The flat ground doesn't help. I was rather hoping my archers have a good platform to fire from. We have an excellent unit of urban militia though. Oh, the rebels are attacking us. So I can just wait here. They're not willing to advance. Alright then. I'll be back in a moment. And that revolt very kindly disposed of itself. Uh-oh. I wish it was possible to get into the options screen. I just realised that the music may cause a problem with the recording because it may get copyright claimed. I'll just have to hope it doesn't cause a problem and try to get into this to settle matters. Okay, the peasants aren't my concern. It's the Arab infantry behind them that's the real threat. Okay. Let's get around the flank so we can inflict a morale penalty on them. Now the Moorhead foot soldiers are actually pretty good attackers. They're aggressive spearmen. Of course, we need to hope my general doesn't fight it in the contest. I'm hoping their morale will start to buckle as they get surrounded. The archers can at least kill the peasants. They'll struggle against the Arab infantry. There we go. Didn't think they'd stand up to that.
The enemy general is in full flight.
There we go. That took care of the rebel scum. No need to pursue them. They've got nowhere to go anyway. And Burgundy's been invaded by archers. I'm terrified. Oh no, a single unit of Burgundian archers is coming to kill me. Ah, but the archers have a foothill of their own, so I won't be able to charge all the way downhill at them. Right, hoping to surprise the archers with a sudden advance here. And close formation, going into the attack. And just throw the archers in afterwards. So the archers apparently decided that the smart thing to do was to forget about their bows and just charge into the front of spearmen. So you've got to admire their spirit, if nothing else.
Reveals his true colors as a coward.
Not before my archers managed to rout and all of that. There we go. No survivors. They also don't even know how to run away properly. They ran towards lines. Okay, this is the kind of soundtrack which caused the problem before, so this part of the video might end up getting cut. I'll exit out the campaign, sort it out afterwards. It's because I was playing I was playing my Pictish campaign, and the music there doesn't seem to cause a problem, so I kept the music on. Right. I think this should be a fairly straightforward one. I don't think they have the enemy has a particularly strong army. They do have lots of Almohad urban militia though. Oops, that was faster than I expected it to be. Sweep the camelry around the flanks. Okay, my voice makes it fall silent now. Charge! Okay, don't want to let them actually make contact with my camels. What happened here? Oh, the Almohad armed militia came back. Lost control of the flank. Jesus, they just keep on going, don't they? Oh, that's got to help. How are these guys on foot still chasing us? Okay, rally the camels. Bring them back towards the field so they can go after the and if the archer starts shooting now, we should be able to kill a lot of the Almohad armed militia. Oh, come on then, get into range.
Your warriors now hold
Well, that's got to help.
wretched enemy general.
Ah, there they go. Right, never mind, they are definitely the more valuable target for pursuit. Yeah, I think it's fair to say we've won this one. Had militia casually plunging into the ranks of those Murabitan infantry. There's actually still some resistance here, which I'm surprised to see happening. Maybe we do need the camels to help after all. They're proving stubborn here. Well, we got rid of the Murabitans. Now keep them running. The main thing is that they don't rally. We'll take care of the archers in good time, especially now that we've hit them in the back. There we go. Now this is what's keeping the enemy in the field. They've still got their artillery platforms. So course, as long as there's a unit that's unrouted on the field, the enemy can rally and come back. It's not until the artillery is taken that the enemy run out of options. There we go. And again, the rebels have nowhere to go, so I'm not particularly worried about chasing them down. Check our time. What on earth is even happening? Oh, we can see they're all fading away here. Okay, and the world's most doomed unit of Almohad Armed Militia. The thing is, most of my troop quality is garbage. So I can get some use out of the Murabitans. I'm used to running Total War's controls where right click is move. And the peasants are really just there as an emergency flanking force. It's kind of cool having a one unit general, because it means that he's not there to fight. He's there just as a commander. Well, our archers won't be able to do much. Okay, they're not getting away with that. I'm trying to move around my fire lines. I'm going to come out and meet them. Make sure they get at least one good volley off. Okay. Not sure why they're running in that direction, but alright. Alright, this has gone far enough. You guys can start pulling back now. Okay. They never listen, do they?
The enemy general is in full flight.
And that is hopefully the unrest put down, but I'm worried there could be a general insurrection in France.
Your warriors now hold prisoner the wretched enemy general.
I like how my general's just chasing down the entire enemy army by himself. Okay, that should be the end of the rebellion. Oh, well, not quite. But with the Murabitans on our side, there should be no problem. Okay. Back in Europe, where I don't have to fear the wrath of copyright. Make sure that we get plenty of time to throw our javelins, because they are going to be critical. We might be able to break them before they even hit our lines if we have some luck with the javelin throws. Look at them getting ready to throw it, and there it goes. And those unarmored armed militia stand no chance. Killed their general, and there they go. Didn't even get close to our lines. They'll unleash the fury now that they've exhausted themselves climbing uphill. Did I mention my Murabitan infantry are fast? There we go. And another victory, and the Sicilians send another ship to trip us up. Because they are desperately trying to maintain that blockade. So there's been a major revolt in Tuscany. And then, of course, Brandenburg's rising up. Why the AI hasn't taken that back, I have no idea. What's unrest looking like? Good, no massive rebellions in France. I was really worried about that. Ile-de-France can hopefully be settled with just a little bit more in the way of reinforcements. Champagne still sucks, but I think Lorraine's under control. What about Flanders? Flanders is probably the safest to bring some forces down from, as they'll be recruiting troops. Well, a lot of places will be recruiting troops next turn. I think Champagne is going to have to suffer a little bit, but on balance I'd probably risk Ile-de-France to give them a little bit of support. Friesland's still having trouble. They are training archers, which should bring things under control again next turn. Milan is in danger. How are things out? Tyrolia is back under control. So I can send some forces from it to help with Milan. Some small problems with Venice. Tyrolia still has some resources it can spare. Yeah, Switzerland's public order is restored. So I'll move my best troops out. I think those are my best troops. Leave 1 unit of the desert archers at home. Of course, that means that Tyrolia can offer even more assistance to the beleaguered south. So Venice is in order, but the situation isn't ideal. So I think I will move some forces down south to give them some. But things are under control in Tuscany anyway. However, Tuscany might need help with a revolt. Let's see what we're facing. A wave of urban militia, some peasants and some archers. Not a problem. We'll have some Almohad urban militia. 3 units of Almohad urban militia, which will be more than maybe not the best choice actually for taking down these types of units. Genoa's not great. Neither for that matter is Provence. Unlike Milan, Genoa isn't getting any troops next turn. I think 3 units of Almohad urban militia and the Murabitan infantry should still be enough, but I'm still going to lend more support. Archers would be ideal, I think, for... Well, no, we need a mixture of archers and infantry to deal with this. Okay, that will do. Now, I'll be back once I've done my economics. I have sufficient public order in Antioch that I can think about assembling an army here to attack the Byzantines, so let's see what they've got. Mostly archers with some tough infantry and some of the Byzantine lancers. So the Almohad urban militia are a decent pick. I'll definitely want some camels as well. For once I actually want the Saharans. And beyond that, just more Almohad urban militia. And that will do. Oh, we're actually expanding. This is wonderful news. Right, back to the economics. Alright, next turn. Shift some ships up, will you? Particularly to reinforce our navy in the Gulf of Lions. Next turn. Oh, did I make? Yeah. Yep, Brandenburg's gone. But at least we get to kill some Byzantines, which is always a good day. Right, don't know why we have the cavalry out in front. Seems like a terrible idea. Let's get formed up quickly on this hill. Come on, this is a race to the hill. It's very slow responding there. Start our general off last so he's at the back. Surprise! Now he's got 2 units to that. Ah, you can flank the Lancers. You can't possibly lose to the Horse Archers. You're not allowed to. You're light cavalry, this is like the one thing you're good at. Uh-oh, but they are running into trouble from other things. I think you guys had better fall back after all. Yep. The Byzantine Lancers are tough opponents. Uh-oh. Oh, come on! How did our camels lose to... Thankfully the heavy infantry are here, so they should help to bring things under control. Try and bring these units back under control. Get them back into the fight. Definitely having trouble over here. Okay, you can see the AI is still trying to get its troops up onto the top of the hill. That's why they're moving up like this. There we go. And now I can unleash the Saharan cavalry on the routers. I just realised I forgot to turn the music off, so I'm probably going to... There's probably going to be random bits of silence here. Ah, heck, the Lancers came back. Oh, that's good, that means we catch them. Okay. That's the end of it. And Tuscany. Like how the unit there is Valor -2. Obviously they have a general who reduces the Valor of their troops. Let's see. So we're facing a ton of Almohad we're facing a ton of urban militia, aren't we? So what we want is a good long front of archers. No, what we want is heavy infantry in the centre. In a long line. We probably want archers to the flanks. Oh, one archer unit in the centre. One archer unit on this flank. And one archer unit on this flank. Although, okay, put them up here because the terrain isn't particularly suitable. Flaming controls. And we want the Murabitans to be stretched out in front of the line so that they can throw javelins and then run away. There we go. Running out the way so I can actually get them into position. There we go. So once again, the Murabitan infantry need to be ready to engage at will. The archers are going to be a little bit of an issue for us because obviously that means they can inflict casualties on us from a range, which means my javelins may be less effective. You guys should probably run away. I forgot about you. Sorry about that. Right, start shooting down the urban militia. Get yourselves to pull yourselves together. Okay. There goes the most useless unit of Murabitans who ever lived. At least try not to obstruct the others. What a mess. They're off pursuing the peasants, who are just going to withdraw off the map. Oh, great. I think the javelins are doing the job here. Gonna send the archers off to start hunting them down. These are quite high valor urban militia, as it turns out.
Your warriors have captured the enemy general.
That should make it reasonably easy for our archers to take down the enemy general. The last enemy unit, because they'll be low in morale. I'm gonna quietly bring... Oh, I can't control them anymore because they're off the field. So you can't dodge off the back of the field and then come back. That would be a little bit unfair. And I should be able to just shoot them down. Oh, they're coming for us. There we go. Jesus. Let's see how much damage archers can cause starving militia. Well, that's the end of it. I don't know why I did that, I get nothing from it, I just was feeling extremely mean. And the Byzantines have just taken control of the Adriatic with a lucky battle. Famine in Cordoba, that could cause a rebellion. Thankfully it's not that bad, it's also going to drastically cut my income. Right. Are things finally back under some degree of control? Yes. What time is it? An hour. We've got things back under control, and it looks like we've finally driven the Sicilians from this naval zone. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the content. I will continue this campaign as long as there's... I'm having difficulties in my other campaigns because no one... I'll always try and keep these campaigns going as long as one person is watching them. But no one seems to be watching the Pictish campaign, and people don't really seem that interested in the Chariot campaign either at the moment. So I think I may just let those campaigns dry up. What I will continue is this campaign because people do still seem to be interested in it, and I'll try to get the recording sorted. The problem with the Shogun campaign is it's so hard to record. Loyalo occasionally seems to lag or fall behind, which means the audio gets desynced, and I've tried Bandicam and it has the same problem, so I'm trying to find a recording software which can reliably work. Otherwise I might just have to try and brute force it and keep it going. But that's the situation with the recording, and I'll keep this going as long as, someone's watching. Anyway, farewell for now.